Welcome, welcome to my ex dirty secrets.
The knock came just as I was slipping my dress over trembling shoulders. 3 soft taps. Familiar, deliberate, devastating. For a moment I froze. The air in the hotel room turned dense, every sound magnified. The muffled hum of the hallway AC, the faint pulse of my own heartbeat, the echo of guilt hammering through my chest. I wasn't expecting him. I was expecting someone else. Clara. The voice on the other side of the door was calm. Come. Open up. My throat went dry. My husband never raised his voice, never accused. He dissected moments like puzzles, patiently, quietly, until the truth surfaced on its own. I couldn't breathe. The mirror in front of me reflected a woman I barely recognized. Flushed cheeks, smudged lipstick, eyes glimmering with shame. My hand hovered over the doorknob. "Clara, please." His voice cracked, just slightly. That crack shattered me more than if he'd screamed. "Open the door." Nathan stood there, rain dripping from his hair onto his shirt collar. His gaze scanning every inch of me. The red dress, the scattered wine glasses, the 2 sets of keys on the nightstand. His jaw clenched once, then went still. "I thought you had a late meeting," he said softly. The lie lodged in my throat. "I was just." He stepped inside. The room suddenly felt suffocating. I smelled his cologne, cedar and storm air, familiar, grounding, and impossibly cruel in that moment. "You were just what?" he asked. His eyes flicked to the bed, then to the second glass. "Celebrating alone." I hated how calm he sounded. I would have preferred anger, something to match the chaos inside me. "It's not what it looks like," I whispered, because that's what people like me say when it's exactly what it looks like. Nathan's lips curved into something between a smile and a grimace. "Then help me understand what it is." It had started 3 months earlier. An emotional drift that neither of us named, because naming it would have meant acknowledging something was dying. Nathan had been consumed by work. Endless projects, late nights, unread texts. I told myself I understood. That love evolves. That distance isn't betrayal. Then there was Ethan, my coworker. He noticed. The little things. The silence in my voice when I said, "I'm fine." The tiredness behind my smile. He made me feel seen again. Wanted. It wasn't supposed to become anything. But then one evening our hands brushed over a shared laptop, and I didn't pull away fast enough. The messages began, small, innocent, then not so innocent. Compliments turned confessions. Confessions turned plans. And now, here I was, standing in a hotel room where Ethan was supposed to meet me in 15 minutes. And my husband had arrived first. "Nathan," I said, forcing words through the tightness in my chest. "I swear, nothing happened yet. I just needed to talk. To feel something real again." He looked at me, eyes glassy but focused. So this was about feeling real. I nodded helplessly, tears spilling down. "You stopped seeing me. We became strangers living in the same house. I didn't want to hurt you, I just didn't want to disappear." He exhaled, a shaky sound that tore through the silence. "And sleeping with another man was your way of being seen." I shook my head, sobbing now. I wasn't going to go through with it. He looked down, and when he spoke again, his voice was quieter, almost tender. "Clara, you already did. The moment you chose to meet him here. You did." I wanted to scream. To beg him to understand that loneliness can drive even the most faithful hearts into shadows. But the truth was, he was right. I had already crossed a line I couldn't uncross. Then, through the corner of my blurred vision, I saw movement in the hallway, a silhouette hesitating near the door. Nathan saw it too. The silence between us thickened until it hurt to stand in it. "Is that him?" he asked. I turned toward the window instead of answering. Nathan's breath hitched, and for the first time, he lost his composure. "You could have just told me, Clara. You could have told me you weren't happy." I spun around, voice breaking. "I tried. You never listened. You were always somewhere else. Your job, your phone, your deadlines. I was drowning next to you. And instead of reaching for me, he said, you reached for someone else. The simplicity of it, the awful truth of it, sliced through every justification I had built. The door knocked again. Ethan's voice, low and uncertain. Clara, are you okay? Nathan's expression changed. He wasn't angry anymore, just finished. He turned toward the door, opened it, and for a suspended second, all three of us stared at each other. Ethan's face went pale. Oh, I didn't know. Nathan gave a small, bitter smile. You didn't have to. She did. Then he brushed past him, walked down the hall, and disappeared around the corner. The echo of his footsteps lingered long after he was gone. I didn't speak to Ethan. Couldn't. He tried to reach for me, but I stepped back, feeling an unbearable weight settle in my chest. The room smelled of rain and regret. You should go, I whispered. He hesitated, but eventually left, leaving behind silence, and the faint scent of his cologne mixing with my husband's, two lives colliding in a way that could never be undone. Weeks passed. Nathan didn't come home. He sent divorce papers instead and signed with a note attached. If you still want to feel real, start by being honest with yourself. Took me a long time to understand what he meant. I kept replaying that night, wondering which version of me he had seen. The woman in the red dress, trembling with guilt, or the one who finally realized what she had destroyed trying to feel alive. And maybe that's the worst part of betrayal. Not the moment you're caught. Not even the loss that follows. It's standing in front of the ruins of your own choices. And realizing you built them yourself.